You hover above this precipice, staring down into a darkness that has no bottom. The pressure here is beyond comprehension. At nearly 11 kilometers down, every square inch carries the weight of a mountain. And yet, life waits even here, in ways you cannot yet imagine. The abyss whispers, though you cannot hear it. It calls you onward. The chapter closes not with answers, but with the widening of mystery. You realize what you've seen so far has only been the threshold. The true secrets of the trenches still lie below, hidden in shadows where even light refuses to follow. And as the vessel begins its descent into this final blackness, the question returns, heavier now, insistent. If the ocean can keep secrets for millions of years, what will it show us, and what will it choose to hide? You have left behind the faint traces of twilight, the last whispers of the sun. Ahead lies a kingdom of eternal night, the midnight zone. Here, darkness is not simply an absence. It is a ruler, absolute and unchallenged. The ocean has shed every memory of daylight, and in its place rises a realm where creatures carry their own suns inside them. The vessel's lights pierce the blackness, narrow beams cutting through a space that feels infinite. The darkness swallows them quickly, as though greedy, unwilling to allow light to linger. Yet the abyss answers. Pinpricks of blue, green, and crimson blink back in scattered constellations. Life here has learned to weave fire from chemistry, to glow not for beauty, but for survival. A siphonophore drifts into view, stretching for meters, its body divided into living units, each with its purpose. Some for feeding, some for movement, some for defense. Together, they form a creature that is not one but many, glowing like a galaxy adrift in water. To witness it is to feel small, like standing before the Milky Way, except this cosmos is alive, hunting, breathing. Nearby, a lanternfish darts across the beam. Its scales glimmer with mirrored light, its belly pulsing with luminous organs. Billions of these fish roam the midnight zone, and their nightly migrations are among the largest movements of life on Earth. When darkness falls above, they rise toward the surface, feeding in waters touched by starlight. When dawn approaches, they sink again, retreating into the black. Their rhythm is the heartbeat of the deep, ancient, constant, unbroken. But not all who glow are prey. Hunters here turn light into a weapon. The anglerfish, with its grotesque lantern-like lure, dangles its glowing bait in front of jaws lined with translucent teeth. Its body is squat, almost shapeless, but efficient. In a world where food is scarce, deception is the anglerfish's gift. One mistake, one reckless swim toward light, and a victim vanishes into its stomach. The gulper eel, with its vast maw, swims past in a lazy coil. Its jaw unhinges like a monstrous trap, ready to engulf prey larger than itself. When illuminated by your vessel's beams, its body appears ghost-like, a ribbon of shadow with faint glimmers of light along its tail. It disappears into the dark with a single flick of movement, leaving only the impression of enormity. Pressure here is a silent predator. At these depths, it crushes with a force that would flatten submarines built in another age. Yet the creatures move as though unaware. Their bodies are water-rich, their bones soft, their flesh elastic. They have not fought against pressure. They have become part of it, yielding until they cannot be broken. Occasionally, your light touches fragments of the ocean's endless snowfall. Marine snow drifts down, a shimmering dust of life long ended, shells, skeletons, and fragments from above. It rains without sound, a slow and constant reminder of the world beyond reach. To us, it is decay. To them, it is sustenance. But survival here is not passive. Each shape, each glow, each silent drift carries a story of adaptation. Some creatures have eyes tuned to the faintest hint of bioluminescence, capable of catching a single photon of light. Others have abandoned sight entirely, relying on vibrations in the water, on currents felt rather than seen. In a place where light is a rarity, every sense bends itself toward survival. The midnight zone is not empty. It is abundant, but in ways that defy our imagination. Life glows, whispers, waits. And as your vessel drifts deeper, the truth becomes undeniable. In this place, life has not only survived without sunlight, it has flourished, rewriting the rules of existence itself. And yet, even as wonder fills the mind, so too does unease. For if these creatures can thrive in such extremes, what else may lurk unseen, larger, stranger, waiting beyond the reach of your fragile lights? The deeper you drift into the midnight zone, the more the concept of time begins to dissolve. Without the rise and fall of light, without the rhythm of day and night, hours lose their meaning. Down here, existence is measured not by the ticking of a clock, but by the pulse of life itself, the slow drift of creatures, the soft hum of unseen currents, the patient waiting of predators that may go weeks before their next meal. It is a world sculpted by scarcity. Food is rare, energy precious. Every motion must be deliberate, every adaptation precise. Those who waste energy do not last long in this realm. And yet, despite the harshness, there is a strange, delicate balance here, a fragile harmony that has persisted for millions of years without sunlight, without seasons, without change. A faint movement catches the edge of your light. It is almost invisible, a ghost sliding through the dark. Then, as it drifts closer, it reveals itself, a barrelli fish. Its body is small, its mouth unremarkable, but its head is transparent, a dome of glass through which two bright green eyes gaze upward. They are fixed not on you, but on the faintest flickers above. The barrelli hunts by detecting silhouettes of prey against whatever scraps of light remain from the world above. Its head is a living telescope, and its bizarre appearance is the price of precision. Farther ahead, a cookie-cutter shark circles silently. Small and unassuming, it is a predator nonetheless, one that bites circular chunks from whales, dolphins, and even submarines. Its teeth are razors, its tactics surgical. It lives in the darkness but feeds on creatures that rise from above, vanishing back into shadow before they even know it was there. Here, predators and prey exist in a delicate choreography. The bristle-mouthed fish, though barely larger than a finger, is among the most abundant vertebrates on Earth. Its sharp, comb-like teeth snare plankton and small crustaceans drifting down from the surface. Above it, a black dragonfish lurks, long, serpentine, and nearly invisible. Its fangs gleam faintly as it hovers, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But perhaps the most haunting of all are those who hide in plain sight. Some creatures here are transparent, their bodies nearly invisible to both predator and prey. Others are covered in reflective scales, turning them into mirrors that vanish against the faint glow from above. In the midnight zone, invisibility is survival, and those who achieve it rule silently. The deeper your vessel moves, the more alien the life becomes. Some organisms here never swim, never move. They drift with the current, living and dying without ever choosing a direction. Others are opportunists, scavengers that feed on anything, from falling whale carcasses to the remains of ancient plankton blooms. The ocean's most efficient recyclers work here, unseen, ensuring that nothing is wasted. Occasionally, the silence is broken by something extraordinary. The slow, graceful movement of a giant siphonophore, stretching more than 30 meters in length. It drifts past like a living ribbon, each segment glowing faintly, pulsing with bioluminescent rhythm. Though it appears as a single creature, it is in fact a colony, hundreds of individual organisms fused into one body, each performing a specialized role. In this world, even individuality bends to survival. As the lights of your vessel sweep across the darkness, you begin to sense the immensity of what surrounds you. This is not just an ecosystem. It is an entire universe beneath our feet, one that has evolved in isolation for millions of years. Every adaptation you see is a lesson. Every flicker of light a message. Life will always find a way. But there is another truth that lingers in the back of your mind, one that is both humbling and unsettling. We are not prepared for how much we do not know. Scientists believe we have documented less than 1% of deep-sea life. The rest remains hidden, unobserved, perhaps waiting in trenches deeper still, or existing in forms beyond our comprehension. And so, the question deepens as the water does. If this is the world we can see, glowing faintly against the black, what unimaginable wonders remain cloaked just beyond the reach of light? The further you sink, the more the ocean reshapes your perception of life itself. The midnight zone does not welcome visitors. It does not need to. It has thrived for millions of years in secrecy, an empire where existence is rewritten by necessity. And as your vessel drifts through its black corridors, you realize that every creature here carries within it a fragment of a larger story, a story of survival in its purest form.